locked in next to the Zeri for that big initiation potential for the team fights.
Yeah, and I wasn't sure what the answer here was going to be from Fnatic, because Mickey was hovering the Bard, and if you change over to the Bard, I feel like it changes a lot of the identity that Fnatic had here, because it ends up teetering more into that pick style composition with the Bard. But at least having the Alistar here, you now have a strong front line in both the Pantheon and this Alistar.
You're going to see Elyoya take a quick back after that first 3-camp clear just to pick up the additional longsword for the extra clearing power, as Jojo and Poby trade back and forth here in the mid lane. Jojo with the aggressive flash, though, forcing out the response flash from Poby. Only a slow on the Rune Prison, not a stun. So both of them very low on health, very low on mana. No flashes available for two immobile mid laners, Dagda. I'm feeling like this is a big flashing red light for either one of the junglers, and it's Razork swooping around the side first. We'll see if he can make this happen against Jojo, waiting for the minions to at least push up as far as they can so they don't see him early. Jojo without that flash from Razork into the point and click stun. It's done. First blood, Fnatic. Especially if he hits an early level 6, you catch somebody off guard with an early ultimate. But now it's MKOI invading the jungle. Razork trying to clear his blue buff here, as now it's a flash engage. Razork, remember, he already used his flash to make the play earlier, but now Jojo gets his revenge. MKOI, nice, seizing the opportunity there. Again, recognizing a flash down and pouncing.
Honestly, Elyoya is in a fantastic spot as he bets to take over to level 6 as well, being able to pick up some of that early DPS.
Ooh, nice engage there from Mickey. Headbutt pull followed up by the immediate feather root there from Upset with a blade collar. So MKOI's bottom lane duo does take a chunk of HP, but they return some good firepower themselves. Dropped in the Dragon Pit there from Fnatic, just to keep an eye on it, just to make sure they're not going to try to sneak that one away after seeing Razork show up down here. But instead, it's the mid lane. That's your target. Beautifully done from Elyoya and Alvaro to set it up for Jojo to knock it down. Kill number 2 for the Rise, as Mickey X wanted to try to get something back here with his Alistar, but he just doesn't have the chance to do it. First grub already secured there with the smite, and now they're going to go in. Supreme display of talent onto Mickey. He's already down. Feet of Warfare claimed by MKOI. Razork wants to get away, but here comes the Realm Warp to seal his fate. He'll warp straight into the grave. It's a double kill for the Zeri, for Supa. It's a 4-1 game with a 2,000 gold lead in every single grub. This is a rough game state here for Fnatic now. Hex flash over the wall, though, from Mickey. Here comes your Grand Starfall from Razork. Supa's gonna die for sure. Shut down for Razork means Fnatic at least gets something back there to staunch the bleeding.
Yeah, still, the kill going to Razork isn't ideal. They would have liked to have given that to Oscar and to try and have something, but Mickey gone too far forward.
Yeah, Mickey very far forward into enemy territory. The Alistar's got to be careful here. Elyoya does a lot of damage on this Qiyana. Oscar returning a little bit of fire, just trying to create an escape route here for his support. But now Oscar locked down. Jojo cannot arrive in time, however. No flash available on that Rise to try to get in there for the extra damage. Mickey down to 50 HP. Brother, you have got to get out of here. Practically double stacked wave into the turret here, into the tier 1. Wants to get this first plate. Does a lot of damage to Oscar, but now got to be a little bit careful. Here's public execution. Jojo taking a ton of damage from the initial Ambessa burst. Teleport coming in to try to save Jojo, but he cannot stay alive long enough. Nice pick up there from Fnatic. Okay, Mickey now with the level 6 on the Alistar has Unbreakable Will. Far harder to catch him out and burst him down like we saw in the fight by the Grubs. Razork jumping in after Alvaro. Mickey wants to go over the wall to follow it up, but a nice escape there from MKOI to not get caught. Now your opponents have 2 minutes to just sit there and say, okay, we don't have to worry about Pantheon all. We can make the map moves we want to make.
It does feel a bit bizarre to be trying to play around Poby, though, in this sort of regard, because one of the things I love about Pantheon and Ambessa is that setup, but Mickey wants to be that setup.
Yeah, Mickey trying to set it up for the Cassiopeia. Gets trapped in the Rune Prison here as Jojo wants to buy a little time with the Phase Rush. Elyoya's coming around from the side. Jojo wanted to use the Realm Warp to get away, but he's trapped in the Petrifying Gaze. Redemption coming down, but Jojo is already dead. Elyoya cannot arrive in time. Nicely done from Fnatic to get another pick onto Jojo. That's 3 of their 4 kills. First to the scene. They've got it down to about half HP already. Oscar in here off to the side. Elyoya looking to distract him as now MKOI wants to move forward. Fnatic all grouped up around the pit. Alvaro going in here with a quickness as immediately Razork going to lose about half HP, but now Alvaro is all trapped up. It's the first kill going over to Fnatic. Razork still low, but he ain't dead yet. Supreme display of talent, going to find multiple targets here, but everybody on Fnatic still hanging on for now. Finally, Razork is going to die. Upset and Poby still staying alive for now as Oscar Renan is down to 200 HP. MKOI are cutting off the escapes, and they are cutting off the hopes of Fnatic. Upset and Mickey trying to get themselves away back through the Tribe Rush. Elyoya and Jojo on the chase. Mickey with the flash over the wall, but Supa is ready to tumble right after him. Upset, the last man standing. He's going to summon up the Herald to try to get away. Maybe try to take the taxi home. A little bit more damage might just be able to stop him, but no. Upset will use the Herald to be the only man on Fnatic who survived.
But that was supposed to be the only silver lining for for them, and it's Upset who has to use it to escape. MKOI played that fight so incredibly well, but Razork finds Elyoya.
Yeah, Elyoya sticking around a little bit too long, perhaps. Dodges the Comet Spear there. Did not want to find himself hit by that one. Could have been a potential execution as he does escape through the invisibility. That is Pantheon ulti down again. And there's what I was talking about. The gold lead now, the largest it's been all game, up to almost 3,500 as the Herald makes a very long walk back down the top lane. And this could be a very long journey back to the fountain, although it might actually be for MKOI as Fnatic is ready to try to punish this invade. Alvaro first to die as Mirwin now locked up by the Blade Caller. And it looks like he's got nowhere to go but a gray screen. Does try to pop the ulti there, is interrupted by Mikyx. And Fnatic continue the chase after the Scion. He's pretty tanky, but surely they're able to catch up to him here. Decimating Smash to try to make a little bit of extra distance, but no, it's Headbutt Pulverize. And with a shutdown going over to Upset, that's exactly what Fnatic was hoping for.
MKOI just tossed that gold lead out the window. The fact that you managed to get all those kills in the jungle, and you're going to get that top tower, plus you're getting set up for the dragon now that's about to spawn. That was halving their gold lead just immediately off a bad play.
Oh, but the lightning crash, it's going to be Mikyx the target now as Razork immediately gives his life over right next to it. Fnatic, they get an amazing punish. They force MKOI into a bad spot after MKOI wanted to get more in their own jungle, but then Fnatic is possessed by the same greed. They invade the MKOI jungle, they get caught out, and the damage is just massive. Hobie's Cassiopeia, 4 stacks on his Rod of Ages, fully charged. Seraph's Embrace over on the other side. It is 8 stacks for JoJo's Rise on his Roa as Elyoya with a supreme display of talent right back into the wall. Razork thought he was fighting for a red buff. He was fighting for his life, and he'll lose that fight. But it's really jungle and AD carry where the 2 largest advantages find themselves. Elyoya sidestepping out of the way of the public execution, and with Ambessa not able to join up, that just means Mickey is alone in no man's land, and MKOI pick up a free kill on the enemy support.
Yeah, and that Adakon looks fairly lonely, but I don't know if it's about to have a bunch of MKOI friends coming over to say hi in a couple of moments as well, because with the Alistair down, the TP coming in, it's an MKOI objective.
31 petals to 13 is a ton of extra adaptive force, about 1,500 gold's worth, as Mickey has to flash over the wall just to escape another death at the hands of the supreme display of talent. But the problem is, Dagda, that's another flash used defensively from the Alistar. That's your main engage. Flash, headbutt, pulverize, and now you don't have it. JoJo just sidestepping around Razork. Still 2 stacks to go on the Rod of Ages for Poby. And this is what I was talking about earlier, the difference in completing that in time. Razork going for the flash engage there onto Supa, who makes the distance and gets away. Supreme display of talent, not going to get a whole lot, but Alvaro's got the quickness to start the fight off in earnest as Oscar's already down. Mickey's stuck alone in the backside of the enemy lines as Poby's going to be melted by Elyoya. Razork can't stand any longer either, and Fnatic fall to pieces again. It's only Upset left alive. Try as he might, he can't win the fight. Fnatic are going to find themselves aced before the Dragon Soul, and MKOI have got this one all sewed up.
I tried to go on the Zeri. I mean, Kiana.
You're just trying to play for the 2% chance because otherwise it's a 1, right? And now
where does
Oscar
health bar go?
Yeah, I don't think this Ambessa is long for this world. That is not Ambessa from Arcane, my friend. That one is, that one's out of here.
Well, to be fair, Arcane didn't go too well for her either. You know,
okay, all right, you got me there. Sorry for anybody who hasn't watched it yet. I guess that might be a possibly inferable spoil. That's pretty much what it's going to require, but you can see on your screen right now, it only takes Elyoya and Supa to kill the Baron off. Mirwin and JoJo can just cover these flanks, make sure nobody from Fnatic can approach, and sure enough, Fnatic's not even going to try.
But it's just everything else is so in favor of MKOI. I just don't think you have a chance, but here we go, one more play. Can Fnatic do it?
Well, there's already a ward right where the unsealed teleport was coming in from Mickey. JoJo flashes to the other side, but Mickey's ready to flash after him. Alvaro coming in to cover for his mid laner as JoJo is still alive now. Fnatic continue trying to press the assault, but now Mirwin is charging in from behind. A supreme display of talent right back into the wall. Fnatic tried, Fnatic died. There's no way to stop MKOI now. Oscar Renan's the only one standing. It's a double kill for Elyoya there. An ace to end the game, 24-7 with an 18,000 gold lead. What'll be a 20,000 gold lead, I would have to think, by the end of this one. We'll see if those towers give it to us. It'll be just shy, but it won't matter. 27 minutes into the game, MKOI slam game number 1.
That was sheer and utter dominance from the MKOI side. I mean, Fnatic just didn't look like they showed up at all.